got to be the hero of the day. He performed the best of anyone in the event, 2 wins and a draw. Sam, congratulations on your day. You must feel on cloud 9 after yesterday's disastrous start. Today you beat Fabiano Caruana, and then you smash Shankland Mamadyrov from this position, which I believe you even have a chessable course on. You must be feeling like this is some, and then you draw Nakamura as well. Kind of a good day at the office.
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, after yesterday, it was just tough. Like, I had this game with Report in round 1 where, like, I'm just slightly better, and I make one move, and before I hit the clock, I'm like, okay, this game's over. And there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I can resign on the spot, and I probably should have. And it's sort of hard to, like, lose in one move from, like, a pleasant, easy advantage like that, but I managed. And yeah, and then Wesley played a great game, so it was hard. It was a tough day, but one thing I've noticed is I might suffer a little bit from tilt if I have to play a couple hours later, just right afterwards. But if I have it overnight, I'm ready to just come back firing, and that's what I did today.
Your win against Fabi was a good one. Your thoughts about being able to beat the #2 player in the world? Yeah,
it was a pretty normal game for a while. I mean, I think I wasn't like wildly excited right away. I think I got a very nice position at some point. I believe I've just been better against him like every single time I've played him with white, and I've drawn every time. Like, he's just a very good defender. So, you know, getting the good position was the easy part, but actually putting it away until now had eluded me. But so yeah, it was a good game. I was happy with it.
You might be mildly happy with that one, but this one, with the black pieces, the way you smashed him, and I'd like Yaz, bring up the board there and talk us through it, because this was really the pearl of the day from all the games that we saw. And we can pull it up on the screen right there. Yeah, so take us to this position, Yaz,
yes,
and tell us some of the nuances, because the fans want to know.
So I had actually just wrote a course on this for Chessable, like, and one thing I sort of told myself was, once I had published this analysis, is that I should play it occasionally. If I play it all the time, then people will just buy my course and be ready for me. But if I never play it, then it will not tax their preparation time to have to look into it. So I decided I'm going to play my chessable analysis not wildly often, but it will happen. So, like, you know, it should force people to spend some of their preparation time looking at my stuff. But yeah, I had covered this line. I believe that e4 is already a little bit premature. And here, oh, sorry, look there.
Just the screen's right there for you to see.
Okay. Yeah, so I think e4 is already a little bit premature. It's probably white's still okay, but I believe that once black can play f5 and c5, the position is a little dangerous for white. If we had this exact same position with the rooks on e1 and e8 already, then I would not be able to play f5. I'd have to go for knight f6 instead. And here I just remember there was a long time ago some game that made a strong impression on me. It was like Gurevich-Shabalov, I think, and it's a very dangerous position for white, because like if he doesn't get his knight all sidelined like this, if he takes with the bishop instead on d4, for example, like I was even considering during the game to go like e5 and say bishop back to b2, and I think you can even just chop on f3 and then play e4 and go claim that like this would have been a bad bishop once you played e4, and then just start throwing stuff on the dark squares, and I kind of just think black's better. Like, it feels very comfortable. And then when he played, and then later on when I played bishop takes f2, I had to calculate some lines. It took me a second, but yeah, here after knight f6, knight c3, yeah, I mean, I had to calculate. There was one detail that was eluding me, otherwise I would have played this immediately. The problem was after king takes f2, bishop c8, rook d8 as he played, rook d8. If he hit instead of g4, the move that was bothering me was queen f3 here. Because after knight g4, king g1, queen c5, king h1.
Hold on, let's catch up.
Yeah, queen c5, king h1. I couldn't find the win here. And I was calculating this. Of course, I have a perpetual if I want it, but I didn't actually see the win. And it's important that white has exchanged the rooks, because otherwise I would have knight f2 and knight d1. And I was calculating all the different checks and everything here. And I just couldn't find it. But then I slowed down a little bit and realized that instead of queen c5 was a mistake. And I should instead just go queen h4, pointing out that the rook on e1 is now loose and this game is over.
And that's the minus to the trade.
Yeah, once I found that, there wasn't much else to it.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Take us to the line. I have something to say about the much else. Because in the position when he took on d8, the queen was hanging at that moment, and you had no interest in taking the queen and going for that kind of position.
I've already given a piece, so like if I take on h3, he will take on f8 and take back on h3, and I suspect that's still very good for black thanks to the pawns, but it's certainly in practice much more unclear, and it doesn't take that much for this to go wrong. I mean, I don't know. maybe queen e3 just works. But after I had calculated rook takes d8, and I just believed it won on the spot because his queen has no square. If queen f3, knight g4, and once I found this queen h4, it's gone. If queen h4, there's knight e4. So I believe I'm just taking stuff back. And once I noticed that after g4, rook d2, he's completely cooked. I think this was a simpler solution, but I suspect bishop h3 would win as well.
In this position, after this, he played the move
Rook d1.
Rook d1, and here the Grandmaster fans sitting over at the table said, just take the bishop on d2.
I'm sure that's good enough. But
on b2, and you said, no, I'm going to take the pawn on g4.
yeah, it's certainly good enough. I think that would definitely work, but this was just more to the point. And yeah, I mean, at that point, I think we were splitting hairs. I understood good position was dead winning and just wanted to be as precise as possible. I had plenty of time, so it wasn't hard to spend a little bit to find the best way.
Proud of a game like this one?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's not like it was really weird feeling when you just sort of crush a really strong player without them having a chance or any kind of resistance because they made like one mistake early on. It's certainly good to win like that, but I would feel a bit more proud if I had beaten Shock when he was really on good form and played like a better game. It's also rapid. I mean, and all sorts of mistakes can happen. I mean, if you look at the quality of his game today and then the quality of Wesley playing knight f5 and then me playing a3 with report, you'd say, who are these idiots? Why are they being paid so much money to play like this? But in rapid, that can happen. And ultimately, Shock showed the next game. He clearly can play some good chess.
You're at 50%, so not exactly at the top of the leaderboard, but you must feel decent about your chances playing great chess today.
Yeah, I'm very happy with how I've played so far. I mean, I became a very strong classical player over some time. I was well over 2,700. I've won the US championship, but I had just never really been able to bring rapid up to the same level as my classical chess. And I had done a lot of work in the pandemic to try to get better. And then after day one, I'm like, well, I was just wrong. Maybe I still suck at rapid. But today, it gives me a bit more confidence that I played quite a good day. And, the other thing about rapid is that everybody has good days and bad days, but the faster the time control, the more exaggerated your good and bad days will be. So yesterday, if yesterday was a tournament alone, I would get last, and if today were a tournament alone, I would get first. So that's a pretty big change. But yeah, who knows? Maybe tomorrow I'll make a boring 50%.
We hope you play more games like this. Congratulations on the day, and good luck tomorrow.
Thanks much.
Congratulations, Sam. Great turnaround. Well done. Keep it up.